Take climate fight from talks to dinner tables, PM. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that Mission Life, or Lifestyle for Environment, is about turning individual anxieties around climate into action and making it a mass movement. Speaking at a World Bank event in Washington, D.C., Modi argued that people-centric campaigns in India had already shown results in areas such as improving sex ratio and enabling a cleanliness drive.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.
Improving sex ratio and enabling a cleanliness drive. Modi asked the World Bank to ensure adequate financing for behavioral initiatives, while the bank's president, David Malpass, backed the initiative but also argued that incentives and pricing policies were needed to alter deeply entrenched habits. Terming it as an issue close to his heart, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that Mission Life, or Lifestyle for Environment, is about taking the battle against the climate crisis from conference tables to dining tables, turning individual anxieties around climate into action, and making it a mass movement. The PM was addressing via video a World Bank event in Washington, D.C. on climate change, where his cabinet colleague and Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman too underscored the threat from global warming in a
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.
His cabinet colleague and Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman too underscored the threat from global warming in a strong push by India to get the global community to do more. Modi outlined the tangible steps being taken by India to nudge this behavioral change and the benefits that will accrue from it, and asked the World Bank to ensure adequate financing for this element of the fight against the climate crisis as it ramps up its climate financing. By itself, each good deed for the planet may seem insignificant. But when billions across the world do it together, the impact is huge. We believe that individuals making the right decisions for our planet are key in the battle for our planet. This is the core of Mission Life, he said, at the special high-level event, titled Making It Personal, How Behavioral Change Can Tackle Climate Change. The discussions were held during the spring meetings of the Bank and the International Monetary Fund. The meetings have been marked by intense discussions on climate, especially in the context of possible reforms of the World Bank and the need to add the goal of sustainability to their existing mandate of battling poverty and boosting prosperity. But while most discussions have been around the science and economics of it, and the responsibility of governments and global institutions, India's intervention focused on the responsibilities of individuals and communities. While Modi's speech was pre-recorded, the event saw a panel discussion with Finance Minister Sitharaman, London School of Economics Professor Nicholas Stern, and Leila Bainali, Morocco's Minister of Energy Transition and Sustainable Development. Morocco will host the annual meetings of the Bank and IMF later this year. World Bank President David Malpass and one of the pioneers of nudge theory, which deals with behavioral change, Harvard University's Cass Sunstein also spoke at the event. Modi recalled that he had first spoken about the need for behavioral change at the United Nations General Assembly in 2015. Along with the UN Secretary-General, Mission Life was launched last October and the preamble to the outcome document at the end of 27 Colombian pesos, UN Climate Conference, in Egypt referred to sustainable lifestyle and consumption. People-centric campaigns, Modi said, had already shown results in India in recent years in improving sex ratio, enabling a cleanliness drive, ensuring the widespread conversion to LED bulbs, and through micro-irrigation efforts. The PM said the mission itself had several components across domains, making local bodies environment-friendly, saving water, saving energy, reducing waste and e-waste, adopting healthy lifestyles, promotion of millets, adoption of natural farming. These efforts, he said, will help save 22 billion units of energy, 9 trillion liters of water, reduce waste by 375 million tons, recycle 1 million tons of e-waste, generate $170 million of cost saving by 2030, and reduce food wastage by 15 billion tons. It was in this context that the PM asked the bank as it ramps up its climate financing from 26% to 35% to make provisions for adequate financing for behavioral initiatives. A show of support by the World Bank towards behavioral initiatives such as Mission Life will have a multiplier effect. Malpass, the World Bank president, who spoke next, backed the initiative and said he recognized the deep spiritual roots of the movement. If we change ourselves, our environment will inevitably change. But the bank president also spoke about how improving the design and implementation of policies involves using the right incentives to alter the deeply entrenched habits and economic motivations. Bank's own research over the years on economics had shown, he said, that interventions had the best chance to succeed if embedded in right pricing policies and institutions. Sitharaman said more and more people, and more influential people, needed to speak about the need to shift behavior just like advertising campaigns that draw in top icons to support it. Underlining how the climate crisis was here, and was affecting everyone every day, the minister said cult-like conduct was needed to battle it. She gave the example of how Modi, during his days as Chief Minister of Gujarat, traveled through villages persuading them not to bore deep wells in order to preserve the water levels as an example of the bottom-up shift that was needed. Sitharaman also spoke about the larger policy shifts that were taking place to incentivize behavioral shifts in the Indian context. Shift behavior just like advertising campaigns that draw in top icons to support it. Underlining how the climate crisis was here, and was affecting everyone every day, the minister said cult-like conduct was needed to battle it. She gave the example of how Modi, during his days as Chief Minister of Gujarat, traveled through villages persuading them not to bore deep wells in order to preserve the water levels as an example of the bottom-up shift that was needed. Sitharaman also spoke about the larger policy shifts that were taking place to incentivize behavioral shifts in the Indian context.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.